What is up, guys? Today we'll be redoing a review of an album I'm truly excited about for one of my personal favorite bands from my childhood and still currently is one of my personal favorite bands, Deftones, with their new album, Yokan. Hopefully I said that right. And for you who don't know who Deftones are, they are an alternative metal slash, I would say, ambient band from Sacramento, California, and one of my true favorite bands in my childhood. When I grew up on three bands: Slipknot, Disturbed, and Deftones. Um, I loved all those bands, but Deftones really was kind of one that took actually a while for me to fully grasp the music. It was much more odd in both shape and composure than those bands that I was listening to at the time. And I really did later on love them. They're still one of my favorite live bands to have ever seen. I mean, when I saw them, it was like maybe 3 dates left in their tour in last year. It was amazing. It was an amazing show just to see them do a full set of great material from all their albums. And they said they were going to go away for a while, but apparently this year they were coming out with a brand new album, and here's where Yokan comes in. Now this album starts off with Swerve City. This is, by the way, it's a continuing of Diamond Eyes, but it's a much different form than past ones. The Swerve City is a prime example. It's really slow. It's got some very sludgy style riffs, but it's very melodic. And one thing I will point out right now is that their keyboardist slash DJ, I forget his name. I think it's hold up, it should be right here. The God, what's his name? I think it's Frank, and he does an amazing job all throughout this album. The textures and the atmosphere that he brings to each song just makes you feel like you're floating on air. And the artwork kind of describes it. It looks like you're kind of like in this hotel room with this red carpet, and there's a city outside of just lights, and you kind of feel like you're on top of the world. And I clearly see this. And then we come to the second track, Romantic Dreams. It's a continuation of that style that you hear in Swerve City. Very sludgy, but also melodic riffs with Chino's amazing vocals. He does a lot of cleans on the sound compared to past albums, but it works out perfectly. We also have the bass is really audible. Their bassist, I forget his name again. Hold up, Vega. I'm gonna go by his last name. He really does do more than just a fill-in bassist when they did Diamond Eyes. He does an amazing job here making some really melodic bass lines that are very audible to the ear. And that comes all through. Then we get to the first track, Leathers. And this is kind of the Deftones you've known from Diamond Eyes. It's really heavy, really deep, heavy, down-tuned riffs with some of Chino's more aggressive vocal stylings. Then you have this amazing, uplifted chorus. It's absolutely beautiful. And another thing that I've noticed throughout these first three tracks is that they're complex, but almost in the way that Gojira does it, where they make these intertwining complex riffs, but they're not all that hard to, say, master within a couple hours or two. We get to the fifth track, which is the middle. This is an 11-track affair, by the way. And this track I really love. This is Entombed, and it's one of the slower tracks. The thing I've noticed throughout this whole album is that it's slower than previous ones, but that's what I love about it. It's got this atmosphere, this slow, brooding atmosphere that's amazing. It's just uplifting and mysterious. It makes you want to just go back and repeat listens and see what's coming up. We get some great work coming throughout the whole album. And Entombed is kind of like Digital Bath or, oh my god, how am I forgetting this track? It's a track off Diamond Eyes, Sex Tape. And it has that style where it has the moment of just upliftingness, but goes back down to this beautiful atmospheric moment. And you'll see this all throughout the album, like on songs like Rosemary with this upliftingness. I'm still using it because this album has probably their softest sound, but also their most atmospheric in nature. Then you have like this soft kind of combined with their heaviness that really, it's been in their music for years, but it really just shows in such an unusual way. But it feels fresh. This reminds me a lot of kind of that same feeling you get on Saturday Night Wrist and their self-titled album, where it has that really heavy section like in Leathers, but also that soft section, like in Entombed. Um, Kind of like the songs like Rapture, and then like from Saturday Night Wrist, Rapture, and then Beware from the same album, and then Hexagram for their self-titled, combined with Minivera, we'll go with that. Really just an awesome album. I love Deftones, and I was really excited about their new album. It's new, it's fresh, the lyrics are great. It's kind of like basically about peeling back layers of, say, your personality or of our life itself. And it's just a fantastic album. They're still one of the best bands to come out of that whole new metal scene ever, and this album proves it. Deftones, you've done an amazing job. Atmospheric beauty, 10 out of 10, easy. I love this album to death. Subscribe and comment. Peace.